Welcome to part 3 of the Male Sim 100 Baby Challenge. Anyways, I saw some people do this, and then not a lot of YouTubers are doing it. But I thought, I could do this. This is real easy. I can do this. My first thought was having 100 babies by Kai. Like, oh my gosh, she's going to father 100 children. This is going to be insane. But it turns out I had the grandparent version of the 100 Baby Challenge aspiration, so it counts grandkids. So that made this challenge easy, okay? Because if I had to do 100 kids, Kai fathering 100 kids, I'd go insane. It would be insane. So the grandparent version, the grandkid version of the 100 Baby Challenge is a lot easier for me. So, especially this one, it's just the male sim version doesn't technically have a lot of rules. So, I think about doing the same thing in the female version, but here's the thing, I'm not going to do that. Here's why. Cheating. Because it's technically like a 100 Baby Challenge, just adding another 100 kids to it. It's just season 2. So, what I'm planning on doing that is just these 2 generations. 50 kids here, 50 kids there. It'll be hard, but I'd rather do 2 generations. I'm not doing 4. So, 2 generations. Take it or leave it. 50 kids there, 50 kids here, 50 kids there. Because I am not doing 4 more generations of Zev. Forget it. It's hard. I gotta find another 100 Baby Challenge aspiration and find the one for... You can only add one or the other. You can't do both. I don't like to swap it out temporarily for the 100 Baby Challenge. For 50-50. Just a regular 100 Baby Challenge aspiration. So I got the one for grandkids. So I'm just testing out the aspiration. Just testing it out. So this one counts grandkids. So this was a lot easier for me. It's like, oh yeah, this is easy. First I thought this was going to be hard. But challenges are supposed to be hard. Anyways, we got Kai working on skills. And since all the kids' needs don't have really slow but all their need decay slows down, so the babies don't need much. Just need to take care of them, like feed them and change them once, and they're good to go for 3 days, and then you age them up normally. So that's what I'm doing. Babies age up normally, and toddlers instead of going 7 days like I do with the other 100 Baby Challenge, which is a normal toddler lifespan of 7 days. Instead of doing that, in this one I go like 4 or 5 days. Seriously though. And if I cheat, let's say I cheat. I will. I use MC Command Center. What do you expect? Anyways, what else is there to talk about? Kai working on skills. Oh yeah, the stereo's broken. That's stereo. It's a record player. Record player's broken. I like the record player. I like it. They had one in Sims Freeplay. If Sims Freeplay could come up with all these different types of stairs, why can't if Sims 3 can have these mid-level stairs, or whatever you call them, or these spiral stairs. Why didn't if Sims 3 had the technology that has spiral stairs, or these half stairs, or whatever you call them? Yeah, I'll figure it out after I probably do this video. But yeah, they have that technology in Sims 3, but not have that kind of technology in Sims 4. I don't get it. These split level. You get these split level stairs and these spiral stairs in Sims 3. But didn't have the technology to do that in Sims 4. I am impressed with the floating houses. Couldn't do that in Sims 2 and 3. So I should just settle with floating houses. Cause yes, I like floating houses. It's easier to build the Lex because in Sims 2 and 3 I couldn't build floating Lex houses because you couldn't do that. So I'm thankful for that. Kind of compromise with with floating houses because the Lex flies, isn't? It's a flying ship. It needs to float. And the only way you can get up to it, since there are no moths in this game, these life-size moths, these moths that are big enough to carry passengers, like they do in Lex, they don't have that in these games, nor do they have cars, so they have to go up to the Lex with stairs. You just gotta improvise. So we got Kaya working on skills. He's gonna be doing that until Moira gives birth. And then he kicks her out for realizing she just wasted his time. And that's what this video was called. Time wasted. If you see something flash in the corner here, or flash on the screen, it's like you see a bird flying past the house or flying over the house. Oh, I'm speeding up the video. You know what happens? It looks like the bird's flying in the house, but they're really flying over the house. Because you don't see the ceiling. Well, the roof, so. We're gonna spend time with some kids. We can play with them, but you can't, feed them. You don't need to feed them and change them once. So we could just look after them. We could look after the babies. Or just age them up. Or just give them independent traits. Because they can work up their skills faster when they have independent traits. That's what I believe. I'm not going to punish them if they make a mess. Because that gets the creative. They have a creative skill or something. Or imagination skill. I think that's what it's called for toddlers. It gets that skill up. So I don't mess with that. I know you're supposed to teach your kid manners and stuff like that, but you know what? Do toddlers really understand what you're telling them? Just think about that for a moment. They really don't understand what you're trying to tell them. They better know how to talk. That they're going to understand you when you discipline them. So I don't bother. It's like the more you try to discipline them when they make a mess, the more they do it. So I've done that before. In the other 100 Baby Challenge, like the first or second generation, in the first generation, the more Zeb punished her kids for making a mess, the more they kept doing it. So I said, I was only doing it to get her parent skill up. So just like, forget it. Forget it! I'm not doing it anymore. You're going to just make a mess. We'll just hire a maid. Because you can hire maids. You just can't hire butlers and nannies to take care of your kids. So there's that. This is when I realized, in real life, when I pre-recorded this, realized that these kids were not Kai's. Of course, they're going to keep the mother's first name. Of course. Because this is names I planned for the kid for. This is when I realized they're not Kai's. Nope, they're not Kai's. Kai's not black. And neither is Moira. So, then I realized, oh crap, she had a husband. They're her husband's kids. This is when I realized they were her husband's kids. He's going to kick her out and move her and her kids back with her husband. Because he's not taking care of somebody else's kids. No way. Those are not Kai's kids. They don't count towards the 100 baby challenge. It's after I take care of them. And then I move her out with the kids. Because those are not his kids. It's a waste of time. It ticks me off. Yeah, they're Dominique's kids. They look like Dominique. I'll move her out and her kids out and moving back in with her husband. In just a hot second, which is a few minutes. It's a love day. Yay. I made each season 4 weeks long. So, I feel like a year. How many kids as Kai has in a year? I have 45. And then 55 grandkids. That's a lot of kids. If you really think about it. That's a lot of kids. So here's a summary for this video. Kai celebrates Love Day by finding the next baby. I want to say baby mama. But by finding the next girlfriend. Also, Kai learns that Moira Fyres was pregnant by her husband. That was... The next episode will be interesting, though. It'll be fine. We get the Spice Festival next episode. I like the Spice Festival. I like going to these festivals. The only festival I don't like, I get annoyed with, is the flea market and GeekCon. I do like the Romance Festival and Spice Festival. GeekCon's okay, but they have it like during the day when I want Kai to be around for when the kids get home from school. That's when they have GeekCon. If they have GeekCon on the weekend, I'll be all for that. What just happened? There was a shadow of footprints of someone somewhere. Oh yeah, I moved her out first. I moved Moira out first. Because I just assumed they were his at first. And then I moved the kids out with her and her husband. I moved them out later. I'm just... Yeah. I feel dumb sometimes. Because I did realize this I'm realizing it now, soon, because I didn't realize it until after when I was pre-recording this and I got to this episode and realized those kids aren't his. They didn't count toward the 100 baby challenge as kids 2 and 3. I mean 3 and 4. So this is gonna be for kids 3 and 4. We're gonna establish a girlfriend first. And the last person Kai hooks up with is the one he gets married to. It don't have to be a Lex character. The last person he hooks up with, the very last baby mama, baby last girlfriend is going to be the one he marries. I don't care what y'all think. If it's not, so just in case it's not a Lex character. In my version, Kai still is so used to wearing his black assassin uniform, even after Prince brought him back to life. He can still assassinate. He assassinates vampires who come break into his house. Is he Zev? Hey, Zev. Should really get going now. Gotta find girlfriends. We got to find girlfriends. Well, she just said, "Oh, I gotta see you later." I swear. This is the next girl he's supposed to be with. This isn't my summary. For episode 4. That they welcome 2 kids together. Which are legitimately his kids. Try for a baby. Because I used to cheat to move her into the household. There's one woman who looks like Tina from Lex, but her name isn't Tina. From season 4, one of Dr. Longbore's followers. There's a woman who looks like Tina, but her name isn't Tina. You'll see her. You'll see her later in the series. You'll see her sometime in the series. Her name is Alex Moira, and she looks like Tina. To me, she does. So Tina gets with Kai. She wanted to get with Kai. Let's hop into the cryopod. I got that sleep pod because it looks like a cryopod. so it looks like Kai can woohoo. So you try for a baby with all these girlfriends in his cryopod. Oh wow. That's what I got the sleep pod for. Cause it looks like cryopods. Kai can woohoo in cryopods. That's not natural. Kai, you're not supposed to be standing in it. Is she pregnant? I can't see through that doorway. Because you're about to get your picture taken. Wear something decent. I like Kai's assassin uniform. Where is she? Where'd she go? Is she pregnant? I didn't get to check. She's pregnant, and it's definitely Kai's baby. You see that partner. This is Kai's baby. This is Kai Brunens. Kai doesn't technically have a last name in Lex, but since his ancestors from Brunens, we just can't call him Kai Brunens too, because he's from Brunens too. I'm not making Brunens too his last name. Just call him Brunens. He's got his ancestors from Brunens, the original planet of the Brunenji. So I call him Kai Brunenji. Just Brunens is fine. Good. She's gonna tell Kai she's pregnant. Eventually, I'll move out the kids back with their mother and father. Those little babies that came from Moira. I'll move the kids out with Moira and Dominique soon. Soon.
Quimble Reginu.
Those Alice is pregnant with his kids. It says one there for now, but I'll change that to two. I'll give her a job. She can have a job. Just Kai can't have a job. Who wouldn't want a baby with Kai? I mean, he can have kids now since Prince brought him back to life. And those who say dead can't have kids. Well, Prince brought him back to life. This is my sequel. I have so many sequels. I want to play out the one story I wrote where they have it, where one spinoffs I wrote. I want to use that. Like play it through Sims 4, thinking about it. See, those kids aren't his. This is where I found out that Kai's genealogy, that the kids aren't his. So, gotta pause for a second and move them out. Soon. Soon. Gotta move that out soon. There we go. I'm gonna move them out. Okay, now we're back. I moved them out moved the kids back in the Moira and Dominique household because they're not Kai's kids. That's how I found out. See how slow I am? That's how I originally found out. So good. Kai wasn't going to raise kids that weren't his. I mean, some guys would if they were step parents, but Kai is different. I'm going to delete that picture. I take pictures so I don't use the same baby mama twice. I don't use the same woman twice. So that's some time wasted right there. Oh my gosh. How can Moira do that to Kai? She told him she was pregnant with his kids until they were born. Kai was willing to accept them. But the other father would have been pissed. Their actual father would be pissed as Kai kept them. Anyways, this is not as long as the other video, as part 2. But still kind of long to me. These little kids are so cute. And it's still Love Day. Excellent. Fast forward a little bit. It's just a boring day. Just trying to get through Love Day. Work on some skills. See how quickly she just teleported? We're going to work on some skills. Like a video game skill for starters. We're going to work on some skills. That's what Kai does. We don't cheat the pregnancy. We don't cheat her to go in labor the day she gets pregnant. I had hiccups. Dang it. I hate hiccups. Isn't there only like 2 video games for multiplayer? Are there only 2 games for multiplayer? That sucks. There should be more. He's very playful. What else is there to do? It can get pretty boring sometimes. I can get pretty bored sometimes. Work on your fitness skill. Yeah, work on some fitness skill. Get yourself in shape. You're not going to let yourself go, aren't you, Kai? Also, that wouldn't be bad, but Kai is technically in shape. In physical shape. I'm going to Kai acting like he's Rocky Balboa. Anyways, we're at the end of this video, so stay tuned for the Spice Festival in the next episode.